Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Kit Tillis, and welcome to my senior project. Behind me is my studio. This is kind of where I spend a good chunk of my day getting all the various projects I'm working on done. Um, this is also the culmination of my music composition degree. I have primarily spent most of the time focusing in film composition, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. We'll be looking at a series of short films. The first of these films is a short film that I did for what is known as the 48-Hour Film Festival. It's a yearly festival in which you're usually given two genres. You have to pick between one and make a film within 48 hours using either one of those two genres or a combination between the two. For ours, we were given the silent film category, and our film is titled Bias. I hope you enjoy. This next film, titled Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, was one that I worked on in fall of the same year. It explores some of the complex issues that the African American community sometimes faces, especially when encountering law enforcement. And from there, I'll just let the film kind of speak for itself. So, without further ado, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
I have a dream. My four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
That stuff and had to move away. You would have thought it was a dream, but really in our face. Had no clothes to change and living like a slave. At the age of 5, I said we gon' be okay. I'ma buy you a house in the car, mama, just wait.
DeAndre, didn't you hear me calling you?
Nah, sorry, Ma. I had my headphones on.
I checked your room last night before I left for work. Where were you? Are you just now getting in?
I was at my boy's place. We were working on a painting.
So what are you working on that requires your father's photo? Is this how you feel about your father? And D, why do you have all these racist books lying around everywhere?
Racist? How I was fighting against a systematic oppression racist? Dang, Mom, you sound like those clowns on Fox News sometimes.
You can't have that negative approach if
Oh my God, Ma, come on.
But it's getting better, baby.
No, it's not. You know, all these pigs see is a thug or a nigger.
That's silly. We've always taught you not to hate, but to love. You have to love.
Please. So if someone kills me, you're gonna turn the other cheek and pray to some white god? Right? No, I'm sorry, Ma. I know Dr. King.
What about your father? He died trying to protect his...
Protect what? His massa?
When you lose someone you love, sometimes say things you don't mean.
I'm sorry for what I said, Ma.
I know, baby.
But I'm getting ready to go out for a while.
Okay, D, if you don't mind, could you stop by the store and get me some more medicine, please?
Yeah. But Ma, you need to take care of your feet. And maybe take off some time from work.
I will.
All right. I'll be back soon.
Okay.
I love you, Ma.
I love you too, baby.
That's what I heard. I got you. Good one. Good one. The drop's about to go down. Yeah, man. Drop. Feels right. Look at that tight jeans wearing Picasso looking motherfucker.
Get down! Give me that!
Yo, man, what's up with 12? Cops everywhere out there. Shit's hot. Yo, D.
Damn, I didn't hear you coming.
I can see that, man. Anyway, I got the paint you asked for.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I got into it today with my mom. And it's been kind of fucking with me. But I apologized.
What was it about?
Surrounding my father. This fucked up system, man. Maybe I just need to change my approach. I mean, maybe my mom was right.
I don't know, man. I mean, I kind of see it getting in the way of your work a little bit. I mean, I know I'm not black, and I'm not trying to overstep or anything, but you gotta be the change you want to see in the world. You know what I mean?
I know it sounds cliche, but I feel like sometimes you may just... It's not as bad as you make it out to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You are overstepping and you're not black, so you wouldn't understand. I gotta be home soon.
Look, dude, I'm sorry, man. You're right. I'm not black. Can I come with you? Is that cool?
Sure.
What you been up to, man? What are you doing later?
Just gonna finish another painting, man.
Yo, check this shit out.
Hey, free!
Yo, D.
Hands up.
Yo, D,
Put your
stop.
hands up.
D. D.
Get down.
D.
Don't
Stop.
do it.
Yo,
Down.
D. No,
I
D.
tell you to get
D.
down, Pop.
D. Stop. Stop. D. D. D.
Our top story tonight at 11 is an officer-involved shooting off of MLK Jr. Boulevard. DeAndre Simmons, an unarmed black male, was gunned down while his friend Blake Roberts was detained. We spoke to Simmons' mother, and this is what she had to say.
I'm feeling numb right now. Numb. My son was a good kid. What would his father think if he was alive? He died protecting innocent people like our son. This is really sad. My son just got accepted into one of the best art colleges. And now he'll never get to go. Now I'm alone. No husband. No son. My baby.
Officers originally approached Simmons and Roberts because they matched the descriptions of the suspects in the armed robbery at the Honeywell convenience store. Though no gun was found on the victim, they did find marijuana on them. This case is still under investigation.
Next to be featured will be 2 films. The first is another 48-hour film festival entry from the following year in summer of 2019. It is entitled Heist Almighty, and as the name suggests, the genre we were given was the heist genre. The second film, one entitled Bag Lady, was one created in spring of that year. I hope you enjoy.
Leave me alone, I have to go! No!
Welcome, everybody. Is it an honor to be in my presence?
I'm Carson Benedetta, and I'm an artist and curator.
Who do we have here? Carly Benedetta?
Carson, actually.
Excuse me. Where is it? The body! The body of Christ!
You'll never know. Oh, I have ways.
Those are mine. We will make you talk.
Let me kill her now.
I will make you talk. You better come up with an answer soon. Now!
Well, they were like a circus of crazy people, for one. And they came in and they tied me up. They brought in a doctor with them. I have absolutely no idea what the doctor was doing there because they never did anything with her or asked her any questions.
What are they doing to Mom?
This crazy cannibal gypsy lady was poking me with a, I don't know what. And they had an axe and guys and...
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna save Mom.
How?
I'll tell you how.
Who the hell are you?
Gotta get your hands dirty. And make it up as you go.
That's not how it's done. You gotta ease into it. Nice and slow. Slip it in the back. When they least expect it, that's when you come in.
I like it.
That's how professionals do it.
Who are you guys?
Your teachers. And you're about to learn.
Toast?
Thumbs up.
That's good. One more? Okay.
That's all.
Here you go. Here you go. A little bit more.
You're drunk.
Yes, that's true.
That is true. But
his fault.
I work best when I'm drunk.
Neither one of you should be within 500 feet of a school.
How did you get here now? Did you escape? What happened?
Well, it's weird. There were 2 other crazy people who came in and sort of, I don't know, superhero dudes, they were morons. And next thing I know, my kids came in.
Your children?
Yes, my wonderful children. I was gone, and I don't know how they found me, but they managed to find me, and they snuck in another way.
Hey, let me get that. You can go get mine.
What happened? What? She has gone. Follow them! Follow them!
Yeah, well,
So was anything stolen?
in the end, no. No, they thought it was valuable, I guess. They were crazy. They were crazy people. They were idiots.
And 3, 2, 1, walk into it. Action!
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna save Mama.
How?
Jones! Okay, cut.
No. You will never know, Hope. I have ways.
What? Who's this? Yes. We'll make her talk.
What the hell I did wrong?
Okay, cut. Alright, ready? And action. What the hell? Get out of there, fucker! You're not. They have to speak. They have to talk. They have dialogue. I will cue you. You stay out of this. Move. Get.
You know what? Indiana Jameson showed up.
Hey, move. Move. Go back there.
This last short film is an entry titled Tension, directed by Aaron Brockhouse. It is about the condition known as vaginismus, and I don't believe that I'm properly equipped to speak on the subject, so I will let the documentary speak for itself.
So I went to the gynecologist and I told her all of my symptoms, which was like pain during intercourse and just not being able to get it in, trouble with tampons, really painful periods, and we came to the conclusion that I had vaginismus. I first realized that I had vaginismus when I finally tried having sex with my boyfriend at the time, and it wasn't working, and I thought that it was his fault. So I went to the urologist, and they gave me these like prescription like antibiotic pills. So that did start helping, but then like later on it started getting worse. So I started going to the urologist again, and so she thought it was IC, which is like some sort of bladder condition that makes your bladder like inflamed all the time. And so that wasn't it. So she sent me to a physical therapist, but it was weird because she didn't even tell me why. And that's when I knew something was up. After I went to the consultation with the physical therapist, she told me, oh, you probably have vaginismus.
So at first we were like, oh, is it endometriosis? And then kind of continued with my talk therapist, and she knew about it, and I of course had never heard about it like most people, I feel like, and explained to me what it was, and I was like, that sounds exactly like what I have. And then I went to my gynecologist, and she was like, yes, this is what you have.
Vaginismus is an involuntary spasm of the pelvic floor muscles, whether it be, sexual intercourse, or having a pap smear, or even inserting a tampon. Dyspareunia, pain with sex, can also come from other issues also, such as vestibulodynia, which is just pain in the vestibule, and that can be due to a multitude of reasons.
When my patients have pain with intercourse, often I like to go through the deeper muscles and sort of give an analogy to tension in your shoulders. So if you experience pain with sex, it can often be because there are tender points in these deeper pelvic floor muscles, which can happen with vaginismus as well, in that anticipation to pain. If our shoulders are too tight and they're not able to relax, we often get like those painful knots. You can feel when your shoulders are sort of up to your ears, and then you can voluntarily relax them, and you can sort of rub out those painful knots yourself. But the same thing can happen in our pelvic floor because it's a very common place to hold tension in our body. We hold tension in our neck and our shoulders up here, and then we hold tension in our pelvic floor.
On the outside, I'll just palpate this with my finger and then put the needle right here and then tap it in. And then a lot of times I'll use electrical stimulation on those, the outside part of the needle, right on here. And then that'll help the muscle to relax a little bit.
So I started going to physical therapy actually exactly a year ago. And I got dilators, which are basically like plastic medical dildos. And you're supposed to like do Kegels with them and like just like chill out, watch Netflix, and like have these like plastic things up your vagina. It's great. I don't think that anything specifically triggered it. I think that from a young age, I always wanted my first time to be super special. And so when I finally found that person and I wasn't able to have sex, I think that also damaged like my courage to do it with someone else. And now that we're broken up and like the trust isn't there, it's hard to find someone else to do that with, because I do believe that has a lot to do with trust if I'm going to relax and follow through.
When the relationship first started, she had a lot of UTIs, and she went to like multiple doctors about that, and pretty soon there was just a point where penetrative sex just wasn't happening anymore, because those UTIs just became so intense. And pretty soon we came to find out that it wasn't actually UTIs, it was vaginismus?
It was weird at first because getting back, we both kind of expected to just like jump back into sex again. And then I was like, oh, I'm actually terrified of this. And having spasmings and have this huge like now medical issue that I've never experienced.
So it's hard moving forward with vaginismus after my last relationship because being at the age that I'm at, there's a big hookup culture. And it's not that I don't want to, but like when you get to that point, it's kind of hard to stop and be like, actually, I can't, you know? And then they're like, why? And then you have to explain the whole like, I have this medical condition, and it's like, big turn off, you know?
Vaginismus affected our relationship because there was a lot of misunderstanding on my part as to just what was happening. I felt really like I was losing my partner a little bit.
At first, since it developed during the relationship, they weren't like super understanding of what was happening just because I didn't know it was happening either. But as soon as I officially got diagnosed and everything, it became a very like supportive relationship, and I would always question myself like, oh, does this person want to like break up with me because I can't have sex with them, but ultimately that didn't, I guess, ruin our relationship, so that's good.
Like, I think that it's important for men that like on the other side of the relationship or women on the other side of the relationship that they need to understand that it has nothing to do with them, or it might not have anything to do with them, but the best thing that they can do is just support their partner and give them their like attention. It's something that you really have no control over, so you should really just give your support.
I actually didn't tell anyone except for my partner at the time that I had difficulty having sex. Like I didn't really even tell my parents either. I was ashamed to tell my friends because I felt like, especially at this like time in our lives, like people are always like having sex all the time, you know? So I just like felt very insecure about it. But then I was able to, like, as soon as I went to treatment, I started talking about it more because I was like more excited about like getting better. Like the idea of getting better helped me like motivate myself to feel more confident about it. Yeah.
We've now reached the final portion of the presentation. At this point, I'd like to thank all of you tuning in. I'd like to thank the professors, staff, instructors that have kind of helped me along the way to get to where I am now, as well as all the musicians that I've met along the way. I mean, without all of you, I wouldn't be both the musician and composer that I am now. And yeah, I feel like that definitely deserves some saying there. Now we've reached a portion where we're also in the present day. I'll be showing some compositions that I've made for current projects. I can't show any video footage, unfortunately, because none of them are released yet, But sit back, use your imagination. You can kind of just put together those scenes in your mind if you'd like to, or whatever you want. Alright, let's get started.